Well, incredible. The mega auction of 2022, the IPL auction of the ages. Of course, TATA IPL is now shown as fourths. There's so many more teams. We've got 10 teams and many Australians. Some 50 Australians will be going under the hammer. But disappointingly, the likes of Pat Cummins and Dave Warner have basically halved their worth in this auction period. And both Kolkata Knight Riders have got Pat Cummins at a virtual steal, and it's quite incredible. He's gone from some 15 crores down to what is effectively 1.34 million Australian. Still a great price tag for Pat Cummins, but nowhere near what it was worth. Dave Warner the same. He left Sunrisers Hyderabad on the open market, and Delhi Capitals were rejoicing when they got him for 6.25 crores. Amazing results. Then a fellow like Mitchell Marsh has become a millionaire through this auction. He's got 6.5 crores, and deservedly so. Matthew Wade, though, and Steve Smith, both are part of the World Cup winning team, as were Cummins, Warner, and Mitchell Marsh, have been unsold at this early stage, which is quite disappointing. Of course, Stoinis and the likes of Glenn Maxwell already been picked up, respectively, by Maxwell by RCB. Stoinis has well and truly settled himself in the new franchise with luck now. So very impressive indeed. Now, what is going to be interesting after the fall of the auctioneer will be the way in which it develops. Now, of course, Hetmeyer, Jason Holder, even Hasaranga have done fantastically well, and that all-rounder bowling status seems to have come to the fore. Australia has still a few players to come. Tim David will be very interesting to see what he actually gets. The Ben McDermotts of the world, we'll see how they go. And I did notice Sunrisers Hyderabad starting to rev up their activity. They were very quiet at the beginning, as were Mumbai. So Sunrise Hyderabad with the likes of Tom Moody there, and both Murali, Simon Kadich, and even Brian Lara were there getting ready for their bids. And they're going to go pretty hard. And I think the one that what they shall go for is Ishan Kishan, as they have done. So for some 15 crores, quite an amazing story there as well. So yes, Australia has been somewhat disappointing with this auction. Some have done well, but others have actually halved their value. So stay tuned here on Rev Sports. Norman Kochnek talking about specifically the Australians, but quite shocked by the overall process. And I'm particularly happy for the Indians who have done very well in the early stages. Even Johnny Bairstow's done quite fairly. Rabada's done very well for South Africa. There's a fair few surprises. Faf du Plessis, of course, could well be the next RCB captain. Who will captain KKR? Is it going to be Pat Cummins? Shreyas Iyer may also be in that mix as well, having been picked up by KKR for a princely sum. Great auction. Stay tuned for more. Hi, it's Norman Kochnek here for Rev Sports, updating you on some movements for Sunrisers Hyderabad and the franchise in regards to the mega auction. Now, they've had some great purchases pre-auction with the likes of Williamson, Samad and Malik, but they've added a further 4 with Nicholas Pooran at some 10.75 crores. Quite a price, but he is a valuable wicketkeeper batsman and can also be a support captain to Williamson as well. They've taken on Natarajan at 4 crores. Washington stood at some 8.75, and ultimately they've looked at strengthening their bowlers with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as well with 4.2 crores. So 4 very good purchases. They've got a further 30 to 40 crores left in their kitty. Better than most other teams who've got around the 20 mark. So they've got a bit of spending power. They can look for some bargains as they go along this auction. Let's watch and see what happens to Sunrisers Hyderabad franchise. This is Norman Kochnek for Rev Sports.